I think you will certainly be interested in listening to a review of a Genesis concert from 1970, when Hackett was not yet a member of the band. Mick Barnard played lead guitar, who, as it later turned out, played only a minor role in the band's history. John Mayhew was no longer a member of Genesis, as drummer Phil Collins had just joined the band to replace him. He came from the band Flaming Youth. Phil's first task was to learn the new material as quickly as possible because, as we all know, he did not participate in the recording sessions for the album Trespass. I think this is a fascinating topic for all fans of our beloved band. I therefore encourage you to take a few moments to listen to what was written about Genesis almost at the very beginning of the band's existence. I highly recommend it. Jagors Grabowski from the Grab channel. Genesis, including guitarist Mick Barnard, is reviewed by Jerry Gilbert of Sounds. The concert took place December 20th, 1970, Godalming, Surrey, Angel Hotel, the week before. Review printed in Sounds December 26, 1970. Genesis is the best possible proof that it is wrong to assume a band can only scale great heights when firmly planted under the eyes of the public. The group has extraordinary latent talents and has so far put rehearsing to perfection before actually getting as much exposure as possible. On Sunday, they became the best band to appear at the Gin Mill, Godalming, in its 3-year of existence. Club organizer Peter Newberry informed the capacity audience of this fact at the end of the group's brilliant hour-long set. The band seemed to have grown up in isolation, with a refreshing innocence and originality. And should they emerge clear of the deepening mire of ancient groups in 1971, it would be a shot in the arm for the music scene. Lead singer Peter Gabriel has an incredible double personality. Off stage, he is shy, but as soon as he steps up, he becomes the focal point of a very visual act, with Mick Jagger, Roger Chapman's gesticulations, and weird rituals with mic stands. Between numbers, he tells some idiotic stories, and he also possesses a fine voice, although this, alas, tended to get drowned out at times on Sunday. The Knife, one of the 2 numbers they featured from their latest album, suffered in this respect. Since that album was made, Genesis have undergone 2 personnel changes, and perhaps the exclusion of White Mountain, Visions of Angels, is since Mick Barnard and Phil Collins have yet to familiarize themselves with these numbers. In any case, there was scarcely time to consider the omission amidst the colorful patterns painted by the groups. With organist Anthony Banks always prominent, and the new percussionist Phil Collins helping to create light and shade with a tasteful and rhythmic support, there seemed absolutely no justification for the group's tenet that they are not a live act. With numbers like Stagnation, Twilight Hours, The Musical Box, and Going Out to Get You, beautifully constructed and carefully rehearsed, I'm surprised that the band has not been recognized. They open their numbers with positive, catchy riffs, and then veer away with Peter Gabriel on flute before ending crisply and abruptly. Jerry Gilbert,